Positive cases of COVID-19 continue to creep up here in the Ocean State. Good evening. I'm Mike Montecalvo.
And I'm Shannon Heggie. Governor Raimondo touched on the latest figures during her briefing this afternoon.
And right now there are 173 new cases for a positivity rate of 1.9%.
One more person has sadly died after contracting COVID-19, bringing the state's total deaths to 1,114. Current hospitalization numbers haven't been updated by the Department of Health.
Meanwhile, the governor targeted one key age group during her briefing today, young adults, and announced a new way the state is hoping to get them on board with their efforts.
12 News reporter Brandon Truitt is live in Providence with what message the governor had for those ages 19 to 24. Brandon?
Well, guys, the governor says it is the age group consistently with the highest number of new positive cases. Tonight, a new effort to try to get young adults on board with stopping the spread.
If you look at this slide in front of you, it's pretty alarming.
That's the 3-day average of positive cases by age group. And that red line represents 19 to 24-year-olds in Rhode Island. Governor Gina Raimondo saying Wednesday they have to do better.
You may be young and healthy, but you're spreading this to people who aren't young and healthy.
The governor says previous outbreaks at URI and Providence College are keeping the state on restricted travel lists in much of the Northeast. In an effort to do something about it, the governor announcing the creation of the Young Adult Task Force.
Led by students from across Rhode Island's colleges and universities. The task force is going to include also local leaders and representatives from high-density communities.
The goal is to meet students where they are, hoping they will buy into the mitigation efforts. Part of those efforts include hundreds of thousands of new tests now on the way. Governor Raimondo unveiling more than 300,000 new rapid tests are coming by the end of the year, part of a batch from the White House being handed out across the country.
The swab is very comfortable, relatively comfortable, and you get your results in 15 minutes.
Right now, the state is working to decide where and how they will be distributed. Wednesday's briefing comes just a month before Halloween. The governor giving the green light for trick-or-treaters looking to rack up on sweets.
The show will go on. This year there will be Halloween in Rhode Island, so get ready for your costumes. But like everything else, it's going to look different.
And some of those differences are going to be keeping with small groups. Dr. Nicole Alexander Scott is asking people, of course, to bring hand sanitizer, wear your mask. She notes that the masks that come with costumes are not as effective. Live in Providence, Brandon Truitt, 12 News.
Tomorrow will mark 7 months since Governor Gina Raimondo announced Rhode Island's first confirmed case of COVID-19. I'm Shannon Heggie.
I'm Mike Montecalvo. Today, the governor announced more tests and stated Halloween will go on. She says Rhode Island will receive $300,000 of the rapid Binax Now tests that the White House announced on Monday.
As for Halloween, the governor says kids will be allowed to trick-or-treat, but they'll have to go out in small groups and wear masks. And people will be leaving candy out in bags or on cookie sheets instead of opening the door to each trick-or-treater. What won't be allowed? Big Halloween parties, and the governor says they will be on high alert for them.
I know this is a big time for partying, Halloween costume parties. Don't do it. Don't even try it. We will bust your party. We will fine everybody $500. Don't even think about it.
The governor also announced a new initiative today to tackle the rising number of COVID-19 cases among young adults, particularly college students.
12 News reporter Brandon Truitt joins us now live from Providence to tell us about it. Brandon?
Well, Mike and Shannon, the governor says that it is the one age group that consistently adds the most cases. Tonight, she has created that task force to take up the issue, saying college students have to do better.
You may be young and healthy, but you're spreading this to people who aren't young and healthy.
That's the bottom line for Governor Gina Raimondo. During her briefing Wednesday, she unveiled the creation of the Young Adult Task Force, made up of college students and local leaders from across the state.
And they're going to develop new recommendations for meeting students where they are and communicating our public health guidance in a way that's clear and effective and actually drives behavior change among these college students.
On the flip side, Governor Raimondo praising the work of restaurants, citing their discipline and consistency in sticking to the regulations. As a result, she's lowering the required distance between outdoor tables to 6 feet. That's down from 8.
It is my hope that you can fit a few more tables in outdoors and do a little bit more business for the next couple of months.
In a major announcement for the governor's Take It Outside campaign, adding $4 million in grants, now up for grabs for businesses looking to get creative.
You're trying to survive, so I want to thank you for your strength and your courage and your community spirit, and I hope Take It Outside helps you.
So in total now there is $5 million up for grabs for businesses making adjustments outdoors. The governor says those applications will start being approved tomorrow. Live in Providence, Brandon Truitt, 12 News.